He wasn't born famous, he wasn't born rich, and he was definitely not born successful. This is the story of Ashton Hall, a name that millions now associate with unbreakable discipline. But to understand his rise, you have to understand where he came from. Ashton grew up in Florida, in a completely normal environment, surrounded by the same things many of us face: limitations, pressure, and a deep sense of uncertainty about the future. From a very young age, he felt something that most people feel, but almost no one ever admits: the fear of being average. He knew, deep down, that he didn't want a life of just getting by. He wasn't the smartest kid in school. He wasn't the most talented athlete. And if you looked at his early life, there was absolutely nothing that suggested greatness was on the horizon. But he did have one thing: an incredible amount of energy and an inner restlessness that kept pushing him to search for his identity, to figure out who he was meant to be. As a child, Ashton really struggled with self-confidence. He'd watch other kids succeed, seemingly with ease, while he constantly felt like he was one step behind, always playing catch-up. Life felt chaotic, unpredictable, and out of his control. So he found a sanctuary: the gym. For him, the gym became a place of order in a world of chaos. At first, training wasn't about building muscles or looking good. It was about discipline. It was about proving something to himself, and to himself alone. While other kids were out playing and having fun, Ashton was in the gym, learning a brutal but powerful lesson early on: if I want something in my life to change, I have to be the one to change it. Like many young Americans, Ashton saw sports as his ticket out. He poured his heart and soul into football, dreaming of success, fame, and a way to escape the feeling of being average. He trained relentlessly. He sacrificed his time, his comfort, and his social life, all for this one goal. But reality has a way of hitting hard. He didn't make it. The dream collapsed. There was no fame, no breakthrough moment, no recognition for all his hard work. This was his first major failure, the kind of crushing disappointment that makes many people quit on themselves forever. But Ashton didn't quit. Instead, he took all of that pain, all of that frustration, and he redirected it. After his football dream died, Ashton entered the fitness industry as a personal trainer. But the reality of that life was far from glamorous. It meant long, grueling hours. It meant low income, barely scraping by. It meant constant physical and mental exhaustion. He was helping other people transform their bodies, helping them build their dream physiques, but inside, he felt completely stuck. He was building other people's dreams, while his own life felt unfinished, stagnant. Still, he stayed disciplined. He showed up every single day, even when he didn't feel like it. Then, COVID-19 hit. The world shut down, and with it, the gyms. His clients disappeared. His income dropped to zero, almost overnight. Ashton lost everything: his job, his stability, his plan for the future. He had no safety net. This was, without a doubt, the lowest point of his life. He was alone, filled with uncertainty, and boiling with frustration. He stood at a crossroads, facing a choice that defines us all: give up and fade away, or rebuild from absolutely nothing. Instead of surrendering, Ashton picked up his phone. He had no professional camera, no fancy production team, no audience waiting for him. It was just him, his discipline, and the front-facing camera of his phone. He started posting. He documented his workouts, his mindset, his daily routines. And most importantly, he shared his struggles. He was honest about the grind. At first, it felt like he was shouting into the void. Nobody cared. His videos got almost no views, no likes, no comments. There was no external validation whatsoever. It would have been so easy to stop, but Ashton kept going, every single day, without applause, without seeing any results. He just kept showing up. What made Ashton different wasn't just his fitness advice. The internet is full of that. It was his radical, almost extreme level of discipline. He was waking up before dawn while the rest of the world slept. He was training with an intensity that was both intimidating and inspiring. He was actively choosing discomfort every single day as a way of life. Then, one video changed everything. It was a simple video documenting his strict morning routine. Waking up before 4 a.m., exposing himself to cold water, an intense training session, a series of unusual rituals designed to forge mental toughness. The internet exploded. The video went viral. Millions of people watched it. Some admired him, seeing a role model for what's possible. Others mocked him, calling him crazy or extreme. But the one thing they all had in common, everyone was talking about him. And in the world of social media, that was enough to light the fuse. From 2024 into 2025, Ashton Hall became impossible to ignore. His following grew into the millions. His videos received massive engagement. He built a powerful personal brand, all centered around one core idea: discipline. He went from being an unemployed personal trainer with no prospects to a global symbol of discipline and self-control. And why? It wasn't because he was perfect. It wasn't because he had all the answers. It was because he was relentlessly consistent, especially when no one was watching. He did the work in the dark, long before the spotlight ever found him. This story isn't really about waking up early. It's not about taking cold showers or building huge muscles. It's about something much deeper. It's about ownership. Ashton failed. He lost everything. He hit rock bottom. But he refused to blame the world, his circumstances, or his bad luck. He took complete ownership of his life. He chose discipline over fleeting motivation. He chose consistency over temporary comfort. He chose action over making excuses. Ashton Hall didn't become successful overnight. He became successful in the silence, in the early mornings, in the moments when no one else was there to cheer him on. He built his success, brick by brick, through pure, undiluted discipline. And his story leaves us with a powerful question, one that we should all ask ourselves. What would happen in your life if you stayed disciplined, if you kept showing up, even when nobody else believed in you? What could you build in the silence? Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. We'll see you in the next one.